How do I know common approaches to alcohol issues are unsound and ineffective and don't actually deal with the real problem? Well, I'm an Australian, and as you've probably heard, Aussies are known to be big drinkers. So that is why I truly get it. For many years, to alleviate my social anxiety, my sense of not feeling good enough, I drank a lot. And sadly, the reason I drank was because I thought I wasn't funny enough or smart enough without alcohol flowing through my bloodstream. If I wasn't drinking, I would avoid social activities altogether because I thought people would think I was boring. But the truth is, I was frozen with fear that people would find out that I needed to drink to just help me connect with them, to feel like I belonged. And of course, it didn't help my weight either. One of my friends once said to me, "Georgia, if you didn't drink so much, you wouldn't have a weight issue." And if I'm really honest with myself, I knew she was right. Every day I promised myself I would drink less, and every day I broke that promise. So my weight continued to be a problem. But let's pause for a moment because my weight really wasn't the biggest part of the drinking problem. As I now know, the drinking wasn't the real problem, and this is where most doctors and so-called experts just get it wrong. The big issue for me was trying to figure out how to drink less without having to quit completely. That's because I liked my Chardonnay and I really didn't want to say goodbye to it forever. But whenever I looked into my future, I saw a sad, single, booze-bellied woman who was trapped in a mind and body just full of regrets. All because I didn't do something about it when I could. Then there was this one particular fateful night when I drank too much, and I mean way too much. But I was anxious. Here's what happened. I was in a very expensive restaurant with a new boyfriend. During dinner, I was bursting to go to the toilet, so I excused myself and stumbled my way to the bathroom. But the light was out, so no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't find the light switch. So I figured out I would just work it out for myself by guessing where the outside of the toilet bowl was, and I moved my legs either side. A few seconds later, I started to feel this warm, wet feeling inside my jeans. I saw I had urinated into my brand new white jeans. Then I realized the freaking toilet seat was down. I was mortified, and there was absolutely nowhere to hide. Bottom line was, deep down I knew I wasn't actually an alcoholic, but the only option open to me at the time seemed to be quitting. But something just didn't sit right for me. Surely the traditional old-fashioned model of one option only couldn't be it, or could it? Look, don't get me wrong, I know some people need to quit, and that's right for them. But what about all the other people like me who just wanted to drink less? You see, I wanted a family, and to be that kind of parent a child would feel proud of rather than embarrassed of. And I wanted to be the graceful drinker who could just have a few glasses of wine, feel satisfied, and stop, rather than indulging in my normal bottle and a half binge. So I made it my mission to sort myself out. I left no stone unturned to understand the real reasons behind drinking too much, so I could change my relationship with alcohol. It took many years and quite a few pit stops, if you know what I mean. But knowing what I now know, I know it was all worth it. Hi, my name is Georgia Foster. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and the creator of the Drink Less Mind method. I've been helping men and women all over the world discover how they can drink less in the privacy of their own home, without group meetings and long-term therapy. I'm the creator of a new, refreshing movement that defies the outdated concept that if you drink too much, you should never touch a drop again. I mean, it makes sense because it's a bit like how people who overeat are treated. They learn how to eat in healthier and balanced ways. So here's my question. Why shouldn't it be the same for alcohol? I'm tired of the taboo attitude and the shameful way drinkers are treated. And I'm completely done with the one-size-fits-all over-drinking label that straps you into a problem drinker arena, where I don't believe most drinkers even belong. That's why I'm inviting you into my Drink Less world. And best of all, you can do it without having to do deep, paralyzing research or any real hard work, because I've done it all for you. And you don't need to experience the stops and the starts of embarrassing moments and way too many memory loss situations either. For over 26 years, I've been known as the alcohol reduction expert, and I'm proud to say I have helped over 100,000 men and women drink less. And they did it without anybody needing to know how they did it. So how can I help worried drinkers drink less? By using a powerful yet simple approach that moves away from the limited, commonly promoted options and moves you into another reality that defies everything you've probably heard about. So how is this possible? Well, have you ever heard the quote from Albert Einstein that says, "We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking that we used when we created them"? My method focuses on exactly this point. Because to solve a problem, you have to change your problem-solving mechanism. I take you through a step-by-step, fully tried and tested Drink Less program that will take you away from the self-questioning of, can I really drink less? And then transform it into a, I'm naturally drinking less without having to think about it, and it feels good. I want you to bounce into every day waking with a crystal clear memory of what you said last night. Which means you don't need to email everyone to apologize for what you might have said or what you don't remember. I want you to flourish in a world where your children and your grandchildren love your healthy drinking mindset. They will love hanging out with you because you are a cool, fun, and happy person who controls their alcohol rather than it controlling you. Imagine the powerful legacy you'll start for the future generations too. My 3-pillar process has given my clients the tools to take on stressful moments without thinking about drinking, so they can feel proud about how they cope with life without needing alcohol in their bloodstream. And because of this, alcohol is consumed for fun rather than as a way to suppress worries and fears about the future. Within weeks, people are taken from a place of fear and self-doubt about their ability to drink less, to a clear pathway to identify the blind spots about their drinking and to fill those spots with bona fide tools. All because of my simple process. Imagine less drinking, which means you have more clarity. Imagine drinking less, so you have more energy. Imagine less drinking and less booze belly. Imagine less drinking and a healthier liver. Now, before you tell me my uncle was an alcoholic, maybe I have that gene. Forget that one. And I'll tell you why in my blueprint. It's helping people all over the world to reshape their attitude to drinking and remember without having to quit. I can tell you though, there are people who have judged me heavily for even suggesting that people can drink less. But I'm up for the challenge because my work has been personally reported by many people who have been happy to put their name and face to my method. From Sky News, The Telegraph, The Morning Show, Psychology's magazine, and more. So it's healthy to assume that everyone in your life is not going to be on the same page as you, because some people will judge you about your drinking, which can make you sneaky drink. Or maybe even people who want you to continue to drink the way you do because they just don't want you to drink less. And that's because they're not ready to drink less themselves, and they hide behind your heavy drinking. I remember a client of mine telling me how her husband would judge her for drinking too much wine, while he would eat a whole box of chocolates. I mean, really? Then there is the partner who counts every single beer like they're keeping score. And you know what? That gets so irritating that inevitably more beer is consumed than was ever planned, just to annoy the partner. Revenge drinking is real. Don't get me wrong, I know people love you and are worried about your drinking and think they are helping. But here's the thing, it can have the opposite effect. This is my private journey, and my 3-pillar process will guide you to a clearer and more trusting road to drinking less on your terms. So how do I know doctors and therapists are letting their drinking patients down with flawed and faulty methods? Because I hear the stories every single day. I receive daily emails from mothers, fathers, executives, retirees, plus many more people who say they feel unheard. And they feel like they're put into a box, so tiny and so restrictive, and it's just too difficult to navigate their way forward. So they just keep drinking the way that they always have, knowing that deep down that it's just not getting any easier for them to change. For years, I've watched traditional methods fail people. A whopping 95% of the time, the changes people expect just don't happen. And they're left feeling like there's something wrong with them. But I can assure you there's nothing wrong with them. It's the system and the treatment methods that are at fault. So when you decide to join me and the other people across the globe who have already taken part, I'll give you a sneak peek of exactly how I'm going to guide you along the way with this 3-pillar process. Let's hang out together while I show you behind the scenes of what makes my method so successful at reducing your alcohol consumption. I'll show you the inside of my Drink Less report that will demystify your drinking concerns and expose the misconceptions about alcohol and your relationship with it. This helpful and empowering report is presented as an ebook, which is going to help you understand exactly why the repeated patterns of drinking occur. I can assure you it's not as complicated as the doctors make it out to be. There are clear images and important information about particular drinking habits, which I'm sure you'll be able to relate to. My priority is for you to be educated and enlightened about the topic that is usually deemed unfit for the layperson. But I can assure you, with my years of research and clinic experience, I'll make it easy for you to understand without dumbing it down, because you're not dumb. It's time for you to have the missing pieces of the jigsaw puzzle that has eluded you up until now. I am here for you. And as a bonus, because you've stayed this time with me, I'm going to give you my psychology questionnaire that will help you know exactly what type of drinking personality you are. Did you know there are different types of drinkers? That's why it's hard to figure out how to drink less if you don't know what type of drinker you are. So to help you figure out your drinking personality, I'm going to include it for free. I want you to be in the driving seat of your Drink Less plan, not me. I'm your guide. Remember, I've studied people's drinking habits for over 26 years. I've worked with them one-on-one in my clinic to resolve the issues without drugs and without long-term therapy and without the world knowing. I know what works and I know what definitely doesn't work. And I can assure you most of what is out there is damaging your self-esteem, increasing your anxiety, and making you feel hopeless about your drinking. But there's also another worry that most drinkers have is their liver health. They worry about how their years of drinking has affected this vital organ. That's why I'm going to give you another bonus, my liver cleansing eating plan that will help you take control of your own health with simple recipes that will fast track your liver health while you are drinking less. I want you to focus on the pleasures of life without getting stuck with the angst of, is this going to hurt my liver while I'm having my favorite drink? Here's something a lot of people don't know. Food can be just as damaging to liver health as alcohol, and in some cases it's worse. But just by eating certain foods each week and consuming certain non-alcoholic drinks can improve your liver health in all good ways. I want you to spend your evenings making healthy choices naturally, whether it's food or booze, so you can wake in the morning knowing you have done something good for yourself. It's wonderful to have a system in place where you now know how to move on from drinking too much to drinking less. And that's what these 3 pillars will do for you. They will take you on a different journey than where you were before. I want you to have the freedom to be that sociable person who paces their drinking while watching others drink more than you and secretly smile to yourself with your progress. I want you to be that person that friends admire because you are naturally drinking less without it being an issue. I want you to create exciting moments and future memories in your life, whether you have a glass in your hand or not, and never be bothered either way. I want you to enjoy what you drink. I want you to really taste it. And I want you to savor it without being an automated drinking moment where you're shocked that you've just drunk as much as you have. I know you can do it because I've seen it with my own eyes. And this is because of the years of being in the cold face of being a therapist in this highly specialized field. The time to take action is right now, but if you need one more reason to do this for yourself, it's here. So let's recap one more time what you're going to get. You're going to receive your Drink Less report, where you will discover the 3 pillars to Drinking Less blueprint. Included in your report are the most important aspects of alcohol reduction that will make it a breeze to shift to a healthier consumption. I want you to avoid the pitfalls of traditional methods that force you into a quitting moment when you know you don't want to or need to. You're also going to receive the critical questionnaire that explains and explores what type of drinking personality you are, so you can drink less in the right way for you. Then I'm going to give you another bonus, the liver cleansing 14-day plan that will skyrocket your drink less health goals even more. So I'm going to make this a really easy decision for you so you can fast track your drink less goals by giving you a 14-day 100% money back guarantee. I know there are quitting programs everywhere, but it's hard to find a tried and tested drink less method. I know you're going to love my approach. I believe it's a guilt-free, shame-free method that gets the best results. I've seen it for myself, but I want you to see it for yourself right now. I know you will love having a discreet, confidential, home-based solution. And that is why you will have access to the information completely risk-free. This way you can access all the quality materials I have been giving to clients for years upon years. I have people from the USA, Canada, Britain, New Zealand, Australia, and in many other countries who know that there is a place to go, where there is support, not judgment. A place where you can drink less with kindness and care with real-life tools. I want you to succeed, and I know you can. I'll see you on the inside. Thank you.